mark on me, I want you. I love and emotion endlessly, 'cause you're a good.
Apre la Festa di Roma in una versione molto ridimensionata, senza star di spicco a sfilare sul red carpet e con una line-up molto da addetti ai lavori. Si parte con Truth di James Vanderbilt, un docudramma politico dalle sfumature thriller, una storia vera che ripropone i fatti della vigilia delle elezioni presidenziali americane del 2004, quando l'anchorman Dan Rather, interpretato nel film da Robert Redford, e la produttrice Mary Mapes, alias Kate Blanchett, lanciarono un'inchiesta sulla presunta elusione di George Bush dal servizio militare in Vietnam. Il film è anche una scusa per confrontare metodi e approcci del vecchio e del nuovo giornalismo.
Might have something for the election.
The President of the United States may have gone AWOL from the military.
Journalism was, you got your sort of hard news from the three anchors of the three major networks, 1981. So since the time I was 6 years old, this man's voice was the voice that gave me and my family and many, many other families news. Now I have 10,000 voices in my pocket now who I can get the news from. And that's not better or worse, but it's very, very different. Now, 11 years after this happened, this moment is an enormous turning point and tipping point between those two things. It's the first time the internet really rose up in terms of how quickly things happened. I have a friend calls it the 24-second news cycle. And I thought that was a fascinating story to tell, and a fascinating point sort of in our history of media.
Don't feel any pressure, darling.
Yes.
Cavallo di battaglia del neodirettore Antonio Monda, gli incontri con il pubblico. Inaugurano allora il ciclo Joel Coen e Frances Mcdormand, che raccontano la coppia creativa al cinema.
Why don't you take that, Fran?
Well, I will, honey. The having stories to tell each other, not the same stories, that's really important. I think that one of the keys to our relationship over 32 years is that we've had really autonomous lives professionally, and so we come back together and have a lot to talk about. I think that the most consistent time that we've spent living in the same place and concentrating on the same thing was the last 21 years with our son. And he was the most exciting part of our marriage together, and now we're entering in a whole new place that's just as exciting. And he kind of prepared us for the next thing. We've had like three different decades of our marriage. There was the first 10 years where we worked together, worked separately, and then there was the last 20 where we raised our son, and now we're starting to work differently because our son is now away from home. So we're getting all these different, that's the great thing about being in a relationship that long.
Federica Polidoro per Artribune.